Today's video is all about Caerleon transport profits. Now, this is a high-risk activity. This is something that you will get killed and lose lots of silver on. But let me kind of show you what's going on today. And we're going to do this a little bit stealthily. Now, channel members actually have already gotten a video similar to this, but with more advanced tips that almost guarantee you never get ganked. And no, it's not what everyone else is saying, which is like, oh, just do Caerleon transports during Bandit event. While Bandit event can help you transport to Caerleon slightly safer, it's not guaranteed, it's not really ideal, it is, it's still somewhat risky. But with that said, we're going to go from Bridge Watch to Caerleon, and the way we're going to do it is we're going to go, we'll just beeline it, we'll just wing it. I'm not gonna get too crazy with it, but I want to show you what we're flipping today. So, you'll notice I have 114 of these Heretic Crests, and you'll see here that I bought them, let's see, 50 Heretic Crests for 9,300 something silver. That means on average, I paid 187 silver for these. And we're going to go to Caerleon, and all of these will sell for over 1,000 each. So we're making about, I don't know, maybe a 700% markup on these things. But we just have to simply survive and get there. Now, because I'm paying like 200 silver each for these, it's not a big loss if I do die. And my gear set, I'm just using a regular horse. I'm not using a pork pie. I know pork pie gives you more carry weight, but people will click on you, scouts will click on you and be like, oh, he's got a pork pie, and he's not gathering, he must be transporting. Also, my boots do not have the carry weight on because scouts will also detect that. Now, my character is Swole Benji, so I'm automatically in a database. Oh, there's Bella Darling. He switched over to Bridge Watch? What? Weird. That guy's normally Martlock. Anyway, I'm not faction flagged, so this PKer, oh, never mind, he's not a PKer. He's just temporarily flagged, but we are vulnerable to PKers, not so much faction flagged players or anything. Now, I'm wearing basic plate on a horse, so I can still easily be dismounted, though not as easily as cloth or being naked. You should never transport naked, alright? I've got a basic bag, no cape, so the bag is a little bit of a sus. So I'm going to just take that bag off, so it looks like I'm just out here doing something. Now, again, my name's in a database, so scouts will automatically ping the gank groups when I enter their range of, their transport mounts anyway, right? So, but for you, in order to stay off the scouts, auto detector, your stats page has to look very crappy, all right? Me, I have a lot of crafting fame. This is the first thing that scouts, especially scout bots, will look at. Also, there will be scout bots right here. Like, this guy could be a scout bot. There's no real way to tell. We're just going to go in. If there's hostile players, we go somewhere else. Right now, there is 0, so we're good. Now, if about halfway in, this number jumps up, I turn my butt around, because chances are they're not coming from the rear, most likely. They could, but most likely they're coming from the other side, because the way it works is gankers will usually appear opposite of you. So, since I zoned in here from the southwest end, the scout bot will be like, oh, there's a juicy guy coming, kill him. And so the gankers will mobilize in the northeastern side. But in this case, it is what it is. Alright, so far, so good. We are now in a red zone, so we can be full loot PvP killed and murdered. Alright, let's try to figure out the fastest way to get there. Film our step. And then there's a cave. We already got gankers rolling in. Gankers are moving in. I don't know if they're following me or not. Maybe not. Sometimes, like, this get-up does fool them. And again, they're not going to earn too much money from this. Like, 114 times 1,000. I don't know what, 100, that's like 100K. I don't know. We'll see how much profit we make. And again, this only takes a few minutes. I know I'm not going really the fastest way right now. There's 4 gankers on the map. So we got to be careful. If we see any naked people on an ox, that means we could be detected. All right, so if we go to Astolat, and then here, and then up that way, that's one way to do it. Or we can go to film our step, and yeah, let's just follow the herd right now. We can just kind of follow along left here. We'll go through Astolat. Again, we're just taking our time. I know this is not the fastest way to Caerleon, and you honestly should really route the fastest way to Caerleon, but I just, I need a little bit of time to make this an 8-minute long video because that's how YouTube works. And to show you maybe a little bit of danger, a little bit of, you know, dodging gankers, or a little bit of how gankers work. Now, we noticed that the gankers mobilized kind of on the south end. So they must have saw some kind of target coming through those tunnels, and they're getting ready. They're setting up their little camps, right? But right now, not a whole lot going on. Now, we're about to enter Astolat. So Astolat's a little bit different when you look at the hostile PvP count numbers. And that is, that number will jump up if people are in the middle. And so if there's a large amount of numbers in the middle, or just a large amount of PvPers, that means that there could be, like, people killing the world boss or something. It's not so much to be worried about. Don't get paranoid and think it's a massive super gang group. See, right now I'm in the circle, and I'm flagged for PvP, but the number didn't jump up for some reason. I don't know why. It normally does. Just be aware. Just be aware that jumps up. Also, you'll notice people put things here at chokes to try to make it harder for you to navigate it. Sometimes it's used to trap bots on automated like pathways. That's a hidden treasure. I kind of want to get this real quick. All right, because that's just free money. You know, 6,000 silver on the ground, and that's like 20,000 right there. So yeah, you know, hidden treasure. It is what it is. But can we go this way? That leads up to here to Fillmore Step. And then if we take the cave, we can go to Dead Vein. Why not? Let's go this way. It's different than normal. No need to go through Shift Shadow. Shift Shadow is a Tier 7 zone, and Tier 7 zones are generally more dangerous. And rightfully so. But we'll see what happens. We'll go to Fillmore here, if I'm even saying that right. Flimmerare Step? Whatever. And right now, 0 gankers on the map. I'm not faction flagged. Everything's, you know, peachy. Everything's just fine. Now, this is a cave, though, so we're going to go through yet another cave area, and those can be a little bit dangerous, especially during faction transports. Or, I'm sorry, not faction transport, but bandit warfare, bandit event. That's when other factions set up choke points and, you know, they get their buddies together. But also PvPers will prey on the people trying to PvP for factions. So it's kind of like the bigger dog fucks the bitch. The bigger fish gets the area, the territory, so to speak, right? All right. So let's just poke our heads in and see what's going on. And funny enough, this one is actually a Tier 7. So that's a scout. Look at that. That's a scout recalling. Okay, cool. And that's a faction flagged guy from Limhurst camping out of a Bridgewatch area. And yeah, so sometimes the scouts recall because they need to reposition their scouts when there's a really big juicer on the way. And let me tell you, when Bandit Event happens, a lot of people think that they're super safe. Whenever, you know, Bandit Event, they just follow, you know, the faction flagged players and they make their way to Caerleon. That's not the case. Sometimes the gank groups are like, you know, the really big juicy prizes. They come out to play during the Bandit Event. So they get extra members, they get extra beefed up. 4 gankers on this map, all right? And we pass by a scout. So we are possible vulnerable, but I didn't see a scout at the entrance there, so we might be okay. They will most likely have a scout right here at the underway, and the underway is pretty close to Caerleon, so I'm not really too worried. But let's see what happens. Let's see if we die and lose our loot. Let's see if we make it to town and make a quick buck, right? All right, what's that guy wearing? That could be a scout. He's on a Tier 8 Ox. He's a little sus. He might be a juicer, though. He could be a juicer, all right? Let's see. Underway has 0 gankers. We got... That guy's following me. You notice how he turned around. That dude turned around as soon as he saw me. Luckily, we're in the underway, so it's pretty hard for them to stop me here, but... And if the gankers zone in right now, right in the middle of the map, they're not going to kill me in time. So, I think we're good. So here we are, we're at Caerleon. We made it safely. You just have to kind of be a little paranoid. It's fine. Now let's see how much profit we made, okay? So let's take our spending counts right here. Let's see. Item bought in Bridgewatch. Yeah, that's what we clicked on. So again, we spent 9,300 there, and then items sold. Never mind. I don't know. Well, it's about 180 each, right? 180 times 114. Let's do some quick math. 180 times 114. So I spent like 20k. I spent like 20k on these bad boys, right? And now we're gonna go sell them. Again, it's not a big haul. It's just a little baby haul. It's fine. Is it worth the 10 minutes it took for us to do this, though? Let's find out. And 142,000, right? So I made 120,000 in 10 minutes. That's, okay, it's not a whole lot, but this is just an example of what you could make, especially if you had a bigger haul with more stuff, you know? But this is just a safe little haul, right? So again, that's free money. You know, this is another free 20k that we got along the way just for finding the hidden treasure. And then we can sell everything that we came here with, which does tend to sell for a little bit more than what we bought it for. So all of this is technically also profit. Now, again, this isn't the best transport mission, but this is a transport. Wow, these actually sell for... Why are these so much? Dude, I bought this for like... Look at the average price. It's like 5,000, and they're selling here for almost 20,000. Why? What is going on with double-bladed staffs in Caerleon right now? They sell about 10 a day. Okay, that's weird. Whatever. I don't know. That's a huge markup right there. Just sell double-bladed staffs. And, you know, we get a little bit markup on the horse, too. So there we go. That is a successful transport mission. Everything's Gucci, and, yeah. So... That's pretty much it. I know it wasn't the best transport, it wasn't the fastest, because I didn't route the fastest. I just wanted to give you guys just a quick little talk, you know, about how to do transports, why to do transports, how transports technically work, and if you want to know how to find deals and stuff on the market, then that's really channel members only kind of stuff, honestly, but you just really have to look for it. You go to Caerleon, you look at a bunch of random stuff, and then you go to Bridgewatch or any other town outside of Caerleon, you look at a bunch of random stuff in the shops, and you try to figure out the deals. Me, I just use Notepad. I don't use spreadsheets or anything. I don't use third-party programs or websites. I simply just, like, what I'll do is I'll go to, like, Caerleon, right? And, or I'll go to Bridgewatch first, and I'll just type, like, you know, I like, Thetford Cape, right? Okay, so what's a Thetford Cape made out of? Well, it's made out of, vine hearts and Thetford crests, right? So I'll go to each town and see who has the cheapest Thetford crest and who has the most expensive ones, and then I'll see if I can make some profit transporting that or not. It's really that simple. That's all you do. I just pick a random item. Like, we'll do 6.1 battle axe, right? So 6.1 battle axe. Let's see. They're about 100k, 124k here. And how many are sold per day? 20. Not too bad, right? About 10 to 20. And then I'll go to different towns and I'll see if there's a cheaper one. Well, I know for a fact, from memory, that the axe crafting capital is Martlock. And so if I go to Martlock, that's technically where the cheapest battle axes should be. So I would start there. And we'll see. Like, just real quick, just as example, right? 6.1 battle axe. And the thing is you could equip this and ride with it. And gankers might be less interested in murdering you because you might be able to put up a fight against them, right? Also, you appear to be a brawler and not a transporter out here, you know, hauling a bunch of goods, but your inventory could be full of these axes. They'll never know until they pop you open and check. But if you're walking around in an ox with a pork pie, like, well, that guy didn't have a pork pie, but see, okay, so about the same price there. Looks like the market's already normalized. That means there's not enough people buying battle axes in Caerleon, or someone's already transported like a truckload of them, and there's no trucks in Albion yet. Maybe one day we'll get motorized vehicles, kind of like what happened in Arcade. But until then, you know, someone's already done the legwork there, right? But, you know, there's still opportunities. You don't have to transport to Caerleon. You can always transport to Bridgewatch or something. So let's see if Bridgewatch has a better deal or a worse deal. And if it's a worse deal, then we know where we can, you know, buy and flip, right? That's how it works. And you just have to do this, you know. So, yeah, 118,000. So, if we brought a bunch of battle axes to Bridgewatch right now, we can get 18k each, about 18, 19k each. And, you know, the amount sold here, about 20 to 40, it looks like. So, looks like more battle axe players are in Bridgewatch than in Martlock. So, that's an okay flip. It's not the best flip, but it's a flip. And this one would be safe because it's literally through the yellow zones. You know, Martlock to Bridgewatch take about 9 minutes. And, you know, in that case, you could buy an entire mammoth full of battle axes, you know, and the only risk you would have is if someone like me flags up in a yellow zone and beats you up and breaks your gear, which never really happens. I seem to be the only person that does that. Also, fun fact, knockdowns are now tracked in the kill logs. You can see I knocked this guy down. He was faction flagged, alright. You see I knocked this guy down. He was... This guy was doing a faction heart transport, and he bit the dust and lost a bunch of money. You should have put on armor, bro. If he had plate armor, I wouldn't have been able to dismount this. But he didn't, and so it was free money for me. But anyway, that's the video. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know what you want to see next that I haven't already made it, because I have like 860-something videos of this game, bros. Anyway, I'll see y'all later. Leave a comment, because I'll read it, and click the video on the right side of your screen. And if you don't, what's going to happen is you're going to find a new place, like a new drink shop or a food shop at a mall or something. You're like, that looks good. And they're going to overcharge you, of course, and then they're going to mess up your food, and then you're going to feel cheated because they didn't fill up your drink all the way. So you're going to have 3 bad things happen to you the next time you decide to try a new food place. All right, if you don't click the video on the right side of your screen.